Hi, Deepti. So something strange is going on with the program that we use. I don't know if it's experiencing some sort of a glitch, but what's happening is that I respond and then it tells me that my email wasn't sent, my email didn't go through, it was marked as spam, some strange kind of thing. And for some reason, I never saw your second essay. It just showed up as I don't know, it just disappeared. Fortunately, today when you sent an email, I got a notification on a different device, and that's when I started searching. So that's when I found this essay. So thank you for that nudge. It actually was really helpful because I just don't understand why some of this is not coming through. So I really, really apologize. I know you sent it, gosh, like about a week ago. So let's take a look at this, okay? Pollution in large cities. All right. Experts throughout the developing and developed world have argued about the reasons behind sharply increasing pollution and viable solutions to address this issue over the last few years. Good. The reduced amount of forests and increased number of factories play a crucial role in this problem. Unless draconian measures are taken by the government, air and water quality will continue to deteriorate. This session will discuss the reasons and possible ways to resolve this problem by using examples from the Indian government and Haryana authority to demonstrate points and improve arguments. Lovely. This is really, really nice. Good. All right, let's continue. I have no comments about it, so it was good. There is ample evidence that forests are removed. I don't love this word remove. You don't remove a forest, you destroy, you tear down, you cut down, but you don't remove a forest. So let's try it a little differently. There is ample evidence that forests are being cut down at a lightning fast pace. Uh, mm, And as a result, air is not cleaned automatically by trees as it used to a few decades ago. All right, this is a little awkward. Let's see if we could have somehow maybe made it into two sentences, but this felt a little strange. Let's try it one more time. There is ample evidence that forests are being cut down at a lightning fast pace. Full stop. As a result, air is not cleaned automatically. Even that's a little strange. Let's see. As a result, the air is not, how about you do this? Purified by trees as it used to. Let's see. As a result, the air is not purified by trees as it was, because it was purified, as it was, no comma, a few decades ago. All right. Okay. It's a little better. For example, recent research by the Indian government demonstrated that 37% of Aravalli forests surrounding Gurugram city has been cut down in 2021 by builders to make way for new apartments and roads. Okay. As the environment is tremendously disrupted by humans, the ecosystem is unbalanced, which leads to increased pollution. Okay. In addition, an increased number of factories which emit toxic gases are hardly responsible for poor air quality. Not only do they release gases in air, but also take poor measures of liquid wastage disposal. I don't understand that. They take poor measure. What does that mean? I'm confused by that. For instance, an empirical study by Haryana Authority showed that 94% of factories do not adhere to the guidelines for waste disposal and increase water pollution. Okay, so grammar and vocabulary were fine. I did want to look, let's see, where was that? So what did you tell me here? I want to talk a little bit about the way you linked your ideas. So just bear with me as I kind of do this. The air is not cleaned. We talked about that. The air is not purified, I said. I thought that was a better word. As it was a few decades ago. And then you said that the forest has been cut down. And the environment is disrupted. The ecosystem is unbalanced. Uh, well, the ecosystem is not just trees, right? It's also like animals and, flora and fauna. So Mm, I don't know. You know what I kind of feel like? I mean, I liked this. You know what? Why don't we do this? This sentence is good. So you talked about uh, it was cut down to make way for new apartments and roads. Then maybe you could have gotten rid of this and then just gone with this idea a little, because I kind of felt like this sentence that I highlighted goes back to that first statement. Whereas what you really want is something to just kind of add on this statement about the forest being cut down. So you could have said recent research by the Indian government demonstrated that 37% of our valley forest surrounding Gurugram city has been cut down in 2021 by builders to make way for new apartments and roads. The result of this is higher pollution levels in and around the city. Okay, so that makes sense. But this sentence I felt kind of was like a repeat of this, kind of. Okay. Okay. And then you said more factories are more air quality. Okay. You talk here about air quality, and then you said they release gas into the air. Fine. And it should have been into the air. And I didn't understand this. Take poor measures. They take poor measures regarding, I think, liquid wastage disposal. And then this kind of confused me because it started that you were talking about air pollution, and then it felt like you were talking about water pollution. So that confused me. If you want to talk about air pollution here, you should have talked about air pollution. And then here, maybe could have talked just about water pollution. Okay. Maybe that makes sense. So here you could have said an increased number of factories which emit toxic gases are highly responsible not only for poor air quality, but for water pollution as well. Okay, and then you could have talked about how it affects water pollution. So it's just about linking your ideas a little better. Okay, there should be harsh measures taken by the government to solve the problem. As they are created by humans, curbing them with strict rules and regulations should not be very difficult. First of all, there should be a ban on deforestation, and permission of cutting trees should be granted if it is absolutely necessary. It is seen that real estate companies obtain permission to remove trees very easily due to the lack of strict rules. In my opinion, this should be thwarted in order to save trees. Okay. Another major step is to make factories, no, you just say factory owners, singular with no S, just factory. Is to make factory owners follow the rules and regulations implemented by the authorities. If punishments for violating rules regarding wastage disposal were exercised, and more so highlighted throughout media, there would be less pollution than there is now. There would be than there is now. Okay? For example, a recent study from Haryana Authority found that only 5% of grammar cases were registered in 2021 regarding wastage disposal, but 85% of manufacturing companies did not follow the rules and released wastage directly into the atmosphere. Thus, it can be stated beyond doubt that the government has a major role in resolving this problem. Let me see if I understand your ideas here. All right, so I didn't really understand this. Let me see if I understand this correctly. So you're saying that if punishments were not exercised but were enforced and highlighted, and then you said 5 cases were registered, but 85% of people made a mistake. So what are you telling me here? You're telling me what happens when this doesn't happen? Like what happens when uh these infractions are not highlighted in the media? This kind of confused me. Maybe it would have been more effective if you had talked about um, how the 5% of cases that were registered got so much media coverage that it really damaged their business, and then they changed their ways. So something like that I think would have been would have made more sense, because you're trying to convince us why your solution is a solution. So that would have been more effective for me. Okay. From the examples and arguments above, I firmly believe that if the government takes strict actions towards saving greenery and regulating factories, it will make a huge impact on pollution If there are stricter guidelines and severe financial punishments for clearing forests and releasing wastage, pollution would be under control. If there were, pollution would be under control in no time. Okay, that for me is more appropriate grammatically. All right, I think this is good. As you probably have understood, for me, any sort of errors are lapses in task achievement, and coherence and cohesion. On the whole, it's a nice job, but again, there were little things that I thought could have been a little stronger here. Let's take a look at your task 1 now, your letter. Okay. Let's see. This is the summer job, right? Okay. Dear sir, I'm writing to you in response to the advert for the position of marketing manager in Times News on this date. My name is Deepti Rajput, and I'm a graduate in marketing with 5 years of experience in marketing. Okay. I had completed my graduation from Indian Institute of Bombay in 2018. I had started my career from Salmon Software with the position of marketing trainee. Over the last 5 years, I have acquired deep knowledge and understanding of marketing products to potential customers. Okay. And I've honed my skills tremendously. Okay. So, you know what? I would not have used the past perfect here. It felt a little strange to me. I understand that it's in the past, it's 2018, but you're not comparing it to something else in the past that is closer in the past. Does that make sense? So, in other words, there's no reason to use this. It would have made a lot more sense if you just said, I completed my, not my graduation, I completed my degree in 2018 and started my career with Salmon Software in the position of marketing trainee. Okay. Over the last 5 years, I have acquired deep knowledge and understanding of marketing products to potential customers and have honed my skills tremendously. I've been awarded the best performer twice in my current organization. I've handled numerous clients. Okay, fine. That's good. Due to some personal obligations, I'm required to relocate to Mumbai. As my current company does not have a branch in Mumbai, I'm looking for a job change with similar roles and responsibilities that I have with my current employer. As my job profile very closely matches the requirements of the advertised job profile, I don't like that. Look, job profile, job profile. How about as my background very closely matches the requirements of the advertised job profile, I request, not I will, uh, and this is also a little strange. You don't request to consider. So let's say this in a way that's more natural. As my background very closely matches the requirements of the advertised job profile, um, I am submitting my CV for your consideration. Or no, you say over here. So let's say, as the requirements of the advertisement, I would like you to consider me for this position. Okay. Please find the attached resume for detailed information on my skill sets. Let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to hearing from you. Fine, fine. Okay, now let's talk about what's not fine. Look at this. Dear sir, yet you finished it. Yours sincerely. It should be yours with an S. And then the second word, because you don't know the name of the person you're writing to, it should be yours faithfully. When we don't know who we're writing to, we say faithfully. And that second word is lowercase. Okay? So a small s for sincerely. It should have been yours. I'm sorry, yours faithfully, not sincerely. Yours faithfully. Now, there's one thing for me that you missed, and I kept looking for it. It says you're looking for a summer job. All right. And you didn't talk about that at all. You talked about relocating to Mumbai, and that was fine. But remember, you're just looking for a job for the summer. So you needed to adjust some of what you said in order to indicate that. Okay. So perhaps that, I'm visiting my family in Mumbai for the summer, and I would like to use my experience and background during this time to contribute to the success of your company. Okay. So again, I'm here for the summer. I'm looking for a summer job, that kind of thing. All right. So good job overall. I liked it. Just be careful with some of those details that we talked about. Hopefully, I won't have any of the trouble I've had lately with sending this back to you. I really do hope it gets to you. I'll keep at it either way. And again, thanks for the nudge. It's a good thing you did that because, like I said, your set disappeared somewhere into cyber neverland. All right, so I'll get this to you straight away, and good luck.